Hey everyone, I'm Scott Cunningham, aka Scottsy Business. Today we're going to be talking with how do you actually say your username? Is it like Hyman Danger?
Yeah, I'm Danger.
Hyman Danger. Okay, because I've heard people pronounce it a bunch of different ways, but his actual name is Adrien, if that's how you say it. I'm assuming.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're here with Adrien today, and we're going to be talking a little bit about DTube and a little bit about him. He is the founder, and it's an amazing project on Steem. I've been using it for well over a year. As you can see, I'm wearing outdated merchandise, unfortunately, so I got to get an update. But then I've also got the hat back there as well that you've all probably seen in many videos. And now we're finally going to dive into exactly what DTube is and where it is headed. So can you just start off by telling us a little about yourself?
Yeah, well, I think you've pretty much said it all, right? There's not much else we can say. You said my name. I'm from France, by the way. And yeah, apart from DTube, there's not much to say right now.
Awesome. Well, how busy is your day on average while working on this project and any other projects you've got going?
Well, usually I'm a very lazy person, okay? But DTube is like more motivational or something. And I try to force myself to do more on a daily basis. And especially when I try to get some updates out, right? I try like, sometimes I will do some long sessions. Sometimes I won't work for 2 or 3 days, right? But sometimes I will do some long work sessions, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you get all that productivity packed into a small amount of time for sure. So when did you first get into crypto and like blockchain technology?
I was in 2012, I believe, when I was out of stuff, and so I went on the dark web to get some stuff, and I needed some bitcoins. So then that's how it started for me. When I got interested in the Bitcoin and the nature of it, and I realized, hey, that's pretty interesting, and so I just hang out around. And then like a few years later, I came into Steem, like I think 2016, when Steem was like at the beginning. It was like in the top 10 of the market cap. It was like really big. Like basically, that's when everybody realized that Steem came out. Before that date, it was like not really well known.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then how did you sort of get from there to starting to actually like develop like applications on the blockchain? How did you transition
Yeah,
from
I
just
really started
learning
with.
about it to diving into the tech?
I didn't do like anything on Bitcoin, blockchains or anything like that. For me, I was just interested, but I didn't do any work on that apart from like some merchant website that wanted to accept Bitcoin. But that's the most I've done with Bitcoin before Steem, or crypto before Steem. And with Steem, I got more interested. With Steem, it looked more like something that I would like to work on. I don't really like financial things, or it's not really so interesting for me. Like I think social and it's more complex. There's more things to build. So that's when I started working on it. And yeah, it's I think people got really interested when I started putting some work in Steem. Like people got really happy when I did some free work for them, basically. So it was a nice feeling. Also the game of, like earning money from the system. It was pretty enjoyable.
Awesome. Awesome. So then from there, did you work on any other projects actually? Did you anything outside of DTube? Is there anything else going on, or is DTube your main focus?
Yeah, I have some other older projects than DTube that I still maintain sometimes, but I need to do some updates because we have no one else to do the work. But it's like really rare. It's not so much nowadays.
Okay. Anything you want to mention, like any other project shout outs you want to give?
Some shout outs to my projects now, not really. Just
Just
DTube is
focus on
fine.
DTube.
No, I
Um,
have many other projects which are like completely different from DTube. Like there's not really no point like mentioning them. It's like most of them is like merchant websites and yeah.
oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, I guess diving into what we're mainly here to talk about today, DTube. How did, I guess to start off, you can give us a brief introduction to what DTube is, just general summary or an introduction of how you would describe it.
From the founder, introduction of DTube by the founder, I don't know, like it's really evolving. Usually I would say like DTube is like video platform, right? Which in nature we're trying to build like in a decentralized way, which means like no centralized server. We shouldn't have any authority, and yada yada. But nowadays I would say like it's more like a video aggregator, right? We're just trying to like aggregate and rank all the videos and focus on the content discovery and curation. That's what we want to do in DTube. Principally, it's like basically it's a bit like Reddit for videos, you know, like Steemit is a bit like, well, you see why Steemit is called Steemit, right? And DTube was built off Steemit, right? So it's a bit natural that we tend to do basically a bit the same thing than Reddit in a way, that which is like content curation and content discovery, so that people would be able to find good videos on a daily basis. I think that's the goal of DTube, basically.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. You guys are really propelling video hosting technology on the Steem blockchain for sure. So what gave you the idea to start DTube, and or when did you start to discuss the idea or start getting into the idea of making DTube?
Well, there was a guy who posted about like his idea of making a decentralized video platform on Steem called SteemQ. So I thought that was a good idea, but he didn't deliver. So I had like a bunch of time to prepare my moves. So that's what I did. I just like coded it over like the summer, and I even took my time, honestly. That's what I did. It wasn't my idea originally. I just thought it was a great idea and was something that I would love to work on. I contacted the guy. He basically refused to work with me, so I did it on my hand, and he never released this project. I released mine, and mine was successful. I mean, that's like a typical story, I suppose.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, DTube is a really, really amazing alternative to YouTube. Just for anyone who's not totally aware of the difference, can you just briefly sort of explain why DTube is such a better platform to use for creators compared to YouTube?
Well, there's many reasons, actually. There's multiple reasons. Like, if you're a content creator who struggles with, like, let's say you talk about sensitive subjects, and sometimes you have issues in some platforms where you get like demonetized or even like banned, then yeah, you can directly host your videos on IPFS and post them on DTube this way. And your videos are like literally very much harder to take down for anyone. So that's great for people like that. And for other people, I guess for everyone, well, the mechanism in Steem, like, is unique. Like, it's not one vote equals one person, like on YouTube. It's $1 equals one vote. And that sounds weird at first, but it's actually a good security for the system. Reddit or YouTube or any big social media platform, they have a lot of issue of civil attacks or like multi-accounting, right? And well, this system completely solves that. Well, I'm not going to talk about all the other things that Steem brings on the table, you know, the fact that there's a currency, a reward pool, and all that. This is plain obvious when you join the site. It's like, basically, it's a crypto system that gives its rewards to the community instead of taking it for a company or taking it for a profit. Well, we do make a bit of profit. Like, I should say, like, we take 10% on like all the rewards on the videos, right? We have like a small fee. I guess you're aware of this one.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we fund the development and all that. But basically, the idea isn't to make like 50% and put ads on your videos and all that. We want to keep it free, and we want to keep it like open and give back to the community. Basically, the people who put the videos, the people who do the work should be the ones that get rewarded.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's a great summary, because a lot of people struggle with monetization, censorship, a lot of different things on YouTube and other platforms. And the Steem blockchain is becoming a haven for all these people. And as you said, people who are talking about sensitive subjects, it's really helpful for them to be able to do that without being afraid of their stuff being taken down when they do it on DTube. And, even more to that point, people who might want to expand in the future and they don't want to worry about potentially having anything removed, even if it's not super sensitive, they can rely on the Steem blockchain and DTube to do that, even if they're not talking about something super sensitive. So I think that is really, really important for a lot of people, which leads to my next question, and it's, what are your thoughts about the current censorship that we're seeing today, and really just the attack on free speech that we're seeing?
Attacks on free speech, like which one, for example?
I mean, like, just in general, like on like YouTube and a lot of the main social platforms that we're seeing, they're censoring people, banning people, deplatforming. Just your general thoughts on that.
This question is obviously like at the heart of what we do, right? It's like we don't want like politicians or platforms, like we don't want like YouTube staff to be taking down videos. It should be like the people who actually like take down the videos, the way it works on our website, right? You know, like on Steem, when you get enough downvotes, then the content gets filtered out. Well, on Steem, it just like blurs it, I believe, and you need to click to get it to display. But on DTube, it completely like hides it from everywhere if the video is like negative. So it's a way, like, it's a community control. Like, it's not really moderation, it's like curation, you know, it's like, it's different. So in a way it's bad because you might have some bad content, somebody might promote some bad content or something, but overall, if the community acts in a good way, it's very effective. And that's what we try to do. We try to make a system where basically it's the people who have control of moderation over platforms or individuals. We want everyone to be in control, like good and bad. It's like it's a difficult subject, right? It's very subjective. It shouldn't be one person who is in control of what gets hidden. It should be like everyone.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that will definitely help eliminate all of the bias that we see from these different moderators who are doing all these different things, and, you know, removing things at their own will. And you almost never get any kind of reasoning as to why. So there's just there's a huge disconnect there for people on legacy platforms, and I think that's one of the big things that blockchain social, at least Steem with a community moderation, really solves that. So where does your platform fit in with other similar platforms and other platforms on Steem? Like, how do you feel like your platform fits into that mix?
I want to keep that question for later, maybe, like when I do the demo for you. Of the,
yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Because that's so related, honestly, that I can answer maybe quickly now, but basically, we want to integrate every type of videos on internet, not just IPFS. Like right now, we just do the file upload, right? But we want to allow people to integrate any type of video, even if it's already on YouTube, even if it's already on Vimeo. So we basically want to, I'm not going to say that, but leech off all the content, basically make all the content available on DTube. Even if we don't host it ourselves, we want it to be eventually available on DTube. Even if it's even maybe not a DTube user who made this video, I wish personally that it would be available on DTube. Maybe not like in the main rankings or all that, but it should be available maybe in the search and all that. So I think like everything will integrate, you know, like on YouTube, you have like share on Facebook, every platform like connects together, and that's what I want to do with DTube. Right now, we've been really autistic in the way we've like managed our content and all that, but the next update like focuses on that so much. We're going to open to almost everything.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I think the rest of the questions are mainly on DTube updates and things like that. So if you want to dive into the screen share, then we could start that now.
Well, I was thinking like maybe you'd screen share and do the process or something, and
okay,
if something goes wrong, you can cut it out later, right?
Yep, for sure. So am I just showing DTube as is, or is there somewhere I can go to look at the
I will send you the link.
Yeah, fair enough.
And well, be careful about your keys. Well, I'm not going to steal them, okay? But to do the process, you will need to load in with Steem first, right? So like the normal DTube, you go on there, you load in with Steem, posting key or keychain, whatever you use.
Yeah, I'll just use Steem Connect here.
I'm not sure this is going to work on the new DTube, but
I mean, either way, we can just go through the regular DTube if there is a problem.
No, well, this is the this link that I sent you is the new version. Basically, this is what the next version will look like.
Okay, I'm in.
A bit of Polish maybe, but
Yeah, here, let me share.
There's many new features in this one.
Alrighty. Can you see that?
Oh yeah, I can. Ah, yeah, perfect. Amazing.
Yep. Awesome.
Okay, nice. So you see now well, you've logged in already, so you can claim your account. So actually, Steam.
Oh, okay. So, okay, yeah. Okay, interesting.
So this update, there's going to be like a new currency that we introduce, which is the DTube coin.
Okay.
Which is going to be our own coin. I guess you've guessed that much.
Yeah.
So to start earning DTCs, you will need to make an account on our blockchain.
So you start off by coming on here and then claiming, and then that's how.
Right now it's just a test net, right? Right now it's just a test net. So what you're doing, like literally, will be wiped off. So you don't need to.
Okay. So I don't need to worry about these.
Well, you need to save that if you want to load in later in the demo. So just.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
I'm not gonna steal them. Don't worry, right?
Yeah, I guess I can blur them out or whatever. But yeah, here, let me get back to the home page.
But basically, everyone will need to do this once. This is just a one-time process. Once you have your account on the DTube chain, it's forever.
Okay.
But well, you need to do it now. You will do it twice, basically, yourself. You're doing it once because I demo it to you, and you're going to do it once when it's like the real deal.
Yeah, no, fair enough. So what will be, I mean, if you want to talk a little bit about the DTC at all, like how will people be earning that on, it'll just be similar to Steem? Like I see here, it shows the...
It's not. No. It's different from Steem. This is like 100% curation rewards. There's no split.
Okay.
Nothing goes to the offer. So you post a video, well, you will automatically vote it because you need to put some voting power when you publish on the DTube blockchain. Okay. So automatically you will make some money if you post the video, if some people vote, but that's because you're the first voter, right? But otherwise the system is purely curation rewards, and it's more interesting than Steem, I believe. Like it depends on when you voted. If you voted on the peak of popularity for the content, you're not going to make any curation rewards, for example. So while that's not true on Steem everybody will make money like in curation rewards. Here there's more variance. It's more of a game, let's say that. Yeah,
no, that makes sense. So what are some other new things that we can take a look at here?
Well, I really want you to like do the claim thing so that you can see the DTC and thing, because it enables some things on the website if you do it, and it's not going to take so long. I'm not looking if you have stuff.
No worries. I just saved it to my desktop, so that should be good.
I don't like looking at people folders and stuff. Yeah, you need to put, you all have it saved up. That's true. Okay. That requires the active at least to do it, I think.
Oh wait, this is Steem Connect. Am I?
Yeah, but that's the normal process. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's just how you would update it. Okay.
Basically, it links your Steem account with my blockchain, with DTube blockchain. It puts your public key of the DTube blockchain on your Steem profile. So basically, it connects both together.
Okay.
So, let me check if that's good because I have like some visibility on this on my side. Oh yeah. So your account was created, so you can log in with it now. Yeah.
Oh, so over here on the side, there's a separate login. Oh, okay.
And here you just put your new private key.
Oh, and this is it right here?
No, that's not it. It's the one you saved, like in the file you saved, it's in it. You should see like priv and public or something.
Yeah, I got it.
It's not super smooth yet, but okay. Yeah, perfect.
All right, awesome.
Now you see like on the top, you can see you have some DTC.
Okay.
And you have some voting power as well.
Yeah.
I've put some pop-ups so you can see what each is basically right now.
Yeah, that's good. That's definitely going to help with the learning curve for sure.
And see the VP is growing. Like every hour you're getting +1 for each DTC you have or something.
Okay.
Basically it's like Steem, like the more VP you have, the more Steem power you have, the more voting power you have. right?
Okay.
So it's a bit the same, except it keeps growing forever. It's not a mana bar. If you go on vacation for 3 weeks, when you come back, you're going to have plenty of voting power because it just accumulates all the time.
Okay.
So it's very similar to Steam, but there's like always like slight differences.
Yeah. Yeah. So most people coming over from Steam it'll feel very familiar, but just a little bit of changes. And with these
Can you
little
press
pop-ups,
F5
it
or
definitely is
something?
easier
Because
to,
the pop-up should have went out, but it didn't. So yeah.
Okay. All right. That's pretty awesome. So what else is new? Like what else can we check out here? What is changed?
Can you refresh the page?
Yeah.
Because, like this pop-up thing should be out. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
it was tilting me. If you go on the video page, I can show you like some new features as well.
Yeah, for sure. Just
click on any video, whatever, which one you want to watch. Just stop it, I guess. But here you can see like we've made a bit of changes. Well, first you can see like the top voters, like there's the little avatars of the biggest voters that will display now.
Oh, okay, I see that. Yeah.
And also like you can see the tags. Well, this video maybe is not a good example because the tags are fucked up, but you can see like next to it there's a new tag button.
Yeah.
And this basically allows every curator, like everyone who votes now has the ability to define a tag while he votes. So basically the creator can only put one tag when he uploads. Okay. And like the 4 other tags basically are chosen by the people who vote. And you can upvote or don't vote a tag. It's up to you. So this is going to create some new dynamic in terms of the way it works on DTube.
Yeah, like the curation. Yeah, that'll be really interesting to see.
When you click, it's going to ask you for a tag. So you type a word or something, and then it's going to vote as this tag. And this way you can influence the tags. If you disagree with the way the tags are for a video, then you can just add through it with your vote. Just like everything in our network.
Okay, okay, cool.
This video was like only posted on the DTube chain, so that's why you only see the DTCs in the rewards.
Okay.
There's no Steem here, there's no dollars. Usually on DTube, it displays the dollars, the Steem backed dollars. But here it doesn't display it because this video was only posted on the new DTube. It wasn't posted on the. If you check, there's some videos like which are already posted on both platforms at the same time. Like right now, you're logged in on both accounts, right? You're logged in on both Steem and DTube.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Let's say you go to the uploader. Just go as if you wanted to upload a video. Oh well. You didn't do the remember me.
Okay, oh, maybe that. Yeah, I guess that was my bad.
Yeah, okay. So just log in with the DTube account this time. Don't log in with Steem because I don't want to publish something on your blog which should be trash, right?
Yeah, fair enough. So if I just log into the DTube login, then I'll just be posting to DTube and not Steem.
Yeah, it's fair enough for testing right now if you don't want to pollute your Steem account. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
That's what I do myself. For testing, I use a second Steem account, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, I can already see here that we can link a video. That's really interesting.
About your earlier question about how we fit in with other platforms. So, like, just take any link from any video platform that you like. Well, maybe not BitChute because we are not compatible with BitChute yet, but any big one, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook video, Instagram, all that should work pretty
yeah, sure. I'll just grab my latest video and see how that works. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's really quick. Yeah, it just pulls everything. That's really good.
It just pulls the text and description and picture. It doesn't really pull the video. The video stays on YouTube right now.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. So then that way it's hosted there, but you can still view it and do everything that you would normally do on DTube.
Absolutely. Or if you publish it, feel free to try to publish it. Just put a tag, whatever tag. You can either choose one or type. Yeah. You don't need to upload a snap because you already have one. If you don't upload one, it's going to use the same one as YouTube.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And then you can burn to promote. That makes sense.
Yeah, so that's also like a new feature. Basically, the DTCs, their utility will be to promote content. So it's a bit like the promote of Steem. On Steem, there's like a promote button on every article that nobody ever used. what it does is actually it burns the Steem, right? It doesn't send it to Bitbot, it doesn't send it to someone, it doesn't send it to Net. It just burns the Steem, and then it puts your article in the promoted tab in Steemit. Right. Here, there's no promoted tab. It just like increases the power of your vote. Basically, based on how much DTC you burn, your first vote will be bigger. So basically, you have an incentive if you think you're posting a really good video that is going to get a lot of votes after you, to increase your vote yourself by burning DTC if you don't have much voting power yourself. So
okay, yeah, that makes sense. So
it's a
then
way to
I would
balance the
just
game and prevent Bitbot usage also. Like this is obviously clean Bitbot. No one can run a Bitbot on the system where this is possible.
okay, that's awesome. Yeah. So then I would just go ahead and post.
Yeah. And you wait a bit and
perfect. Yeah. Awesome.
And that should
and then someone who would vote would add a new tag, and then it would just kind of go from there.
Oh, you didn't put the tag in the end, or maybe I patched that today. Maybe there's a small bug. I will add the tag for you because I can do that. So
okay, awesome. But yeah, no, it definitely it looks really nice. Like, I don't know how much you've changed with the interface, but it does look a little sharper and a little cleaner to me. I'm not sure how much.
Many things like if you check, like, for example, to change the voting power in the menu, now it's on the left menu. Like I removed there was a big menu on the top right, which I completely got rid of, and which is now on top of this menu on the left. Okay. And if you click the little arrow next to your name, so you can open this little menu.
Oh, okay.
I think it's better than before. Like, I did a lot of small improvements like this. Like, you can keep this pushed, and then it's gonna go really quickly if you want to increase to 100% really quick. See, it's like it does that. Yeah. I did a bunch of like quality of life changes a bit everywhere. Like the avatars, like the avatars on the video is also like quality of life, I guess. And displaying your DTC, your voting power on the top, all these little things. And well, also one thing you maybe have not noticed, but on this version, there's actually like trending tags which are back. There's also the related videos which are back, and there's also the search which is back.
All right, yeah. There's definitely a lot of new goodies here for old DTube users, and new people coming on can definitely appreciate this because it'll feel very, very similar to YouTube, but with all the added benefits of Steem and the DTube blockchain.
I will try to start to differentiate with YouTube. Like, we changed our logo a bit so that it looks less like their colors, and I've changed a bit of the buttons also in this version. Like the red is not exactly the same. There's a bunch of blue buttons also now, like for commenting and a bunch of things. We want to try changing a bit, but yeah, the layout is still basically the same because, well, like there's not 10,000 ways to build that, I guess.
Yeah, in terms of like the layout, no need to fix it if it's not broken, right? But you guys are definitely providing fixes and solutions to a lot of other issues that definitely needed to be addressed.
Yeah, I think it's working okay now. Like, well, basically, we fixed all the broken features and we're adding more. And well, we're gonna have our token, and well, the token, the DTC will still be a testnet. When we release on 0.9, it will still be a public testnet for our blockchain. We are not going live straight away. But the version after that will basically be the live token where which you can do things with, like buy stuff or trade on the markets or whatever. But we don't have
awesome.
That, so it's like in the future.
Yeah. I think it's really relevant that you guys are going to let people upload YouTube videos and videos from other platforms, just because, people who are hesitant to switch over or they don't want to put in a ton of work, I think this is a really great compromise for them to enjoy and explore DTube while still not having to have too much experience with blockchain and different things, and not have a huge learning curve. It's a little bit easier for them to just get used to it. And
not everyone is interested in like video storage, like IPFS and all that. Not everyone is interested. Actually, like, it's a minority of our users who are interested in that. Most people would be happy with YouTube, Twitch, and the way I want to do it is that you'd be able to combine them. Like, you'd be able to put an IPFS file and a YouTube link. So let's say the IPFS doesn't load, then it's going to load the YouTube mirror. And So basically on one video on DTube, you could put like multiple sources, like maybe like a torrent magnet or something like that. You can combine your sources, like the way it actually already works, in the way you can combine different qualities and all that. So I think that's the way we want to head. We want to combine everything. On DTube, we just want to focus on the community part, you know, like which I think we do better than other platforms.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that's definitely the best way to do it, right? Like allow people to choose what they want to do, but they have the option, to do multiple uploads. I think the multiple sources is huge for people who still want to use YouTube, but they also want to utilize the blockchain as like a backup, or if there's an issue, they've got both of those. So yeah, no, I think that's going to be a huge, hugely appreciated update for sure.
Yeah, and well, we haven't tested it, but everything is like interoperable with Steem. So if you're logged on the menu, on the left menu, if you're logged in with both accounts, then when you publish the video, it puts it on 2 blockchains and you earn twice the rewards. When you vote, basically you browse the website. If you stumble upon a video that's been posted on both blockchains, like most should be, I guess, then your vote is gonna go. You're gonna vote at the same time on both blockchains. If you comment, you're gonna comment on both blockchains at the same time, and so on and so on. So I think that's pretty unique as well in terms of. I don't think there's many apps doing that yet, like compatible with multi-blockchains in parallel, like in a way that's almost transparent to the user.
Yeah, no, I haven't really seen anything like that yet. No.
Like one thing that's gonna like really change people is like the follows. All your follows are gonna be reset on the next DTube, because the follow system is gonna use our blockchain, and this is not like cross-compatible, because well, we want to keep it like distinct. We'd rather have our own follow system. So there's gonna be like little things like that. So you're gonna have your feed on Steem, and you're gonna have your feed on DTube now. They're not gonna be the same anymore. But
okay, interesting.
I'm hoping not to scare the Steem people away too much with the new blockchain thingy. Like I know it's like very controversial with what happened with Lino and this type of things.
Yeah.
It's clearly not what I want to do. I just want to combine things. We're still like a Steem platform, and what we are doing on our blockchain is literally Steem again. It's like Steem for video. Well, one thing I didn't tell you about is very important as well. Is like the DTC rewards, they don't expire. So even if you posted your video like today, if someone votes you in 2 years, then it's still gonna make you rewards.
Okay.
Like Steem, which like expires after 7 days. So
yeah.
all these little variables, which are like really inadequate for videos with the Steem blockchain, basically it changed that up.
Yeah, no, I think that's really big, especially for people who are used to traditional platforms where they could earn at any time. I think that'll be a really big incentive for them to check out DTube, that they can continue earning and they don't have to worry about constantly uploading. Like if they're only doing 1 video a month or whatever it might be, this definitely gives them a lot more flexibility to do that. So yeah, I think that's awesome. Is there anything else that you want to show off here? There's tons of updates packed into this.
What did we show? Like maybe we forgot something, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, fair enough. Is this new?
I
haven't seen this before.
Oh yeah, well that's the equivalent of the witness page for Steemit, because
okay.
You would also be able to run like a node for our own blockchain and become a leader. So right now it's just like Steem, except instead of 20, it's 7, because it's a test net, but it's going to be 20 as well.
Okay.
There's going to be 20 leaders, basically 20 miners. Whatever about the vocabulary, like every blockchain has its own vocabulary, right?
Yeah.
But for us, it's going to be leaders. We're calling them leaders. But yeah, basically it's an election system. It's a bit the same as Steem. Few variables are different. Like you can only vote for 5 witnesses, 5 leaders at the same time, instead of 30 like Steem, which I believe is way too complex for most of the users. I don't know how many witnesses you vote for on Steem, but even for someone like me, which has a lot of contacts in the Steem community, it's actually hard to find 30 people worthy of my vote, so like
and to keep
people
up
who
with
don't
all
use
that.
Steam as much as me, there's no way they know 30 people to vote for. So that's why I've limited it to 5 here. I think like voting for 5 people is enough to make some good electoral system.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Like, it's hard to keep up with all the things that 30 people are doing and to ensure that they're, on top of the different reasons why you voted for them. 5 is a lot more reasonable, I guess I would say. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna vote you now, so you're gonna get some DTCs, I think. Yeah, there you go.
Awesome.
Now you're rich. If you refresh the page, you're gonna see you became rich.
Okay, I see. I got a vote here. Yeah. Hey, nice.
Yeah, but
So
you
then, yeah,
need
it
to
shows right
refresh the
there.
page, but it doesn't update like sadly yet in the menu. When you get voted, it doesn't update your DTC counter. You need to refresh the app for this one to update.
Oh, okay.
It's little things like that that I want to keep pushing
Oh,
on.
so you're instantly rewarded then.
Yeah.
Right, because you got rid of the 7 days, so then you just instantly get the reward. Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah. That's how it's also because it's purely curation rewards. I guess with auto rewards, it would be a bit annoying to have instant rewards, because if you know where the money is going like all the time, well, if you can easily create a setup where it's easy for you to just self-vote all the time and do that, auto rewards are like turning Steam into a donation model. I'm really happy about the change that's upcoming soon, that they're gonna put it back to 50-50. I think that's a great change, because I think auto rewards they're really bad for the health of the Steam network. They've been running for too long, and we've seen what happens when we have like such huge auto rewards. And I think like Steam should be more about curation as well, and give more to the curation rewards and less to the offer. I know it's a bit sad because you're a creator, but I believe like the value of the Steam token would balance it out so that you'd be making more right now if the system was properly balanced. That's what I believe.
Yeah, no, I do think that the issues with bid bots have always been, a concern of a lot of people on the platform, and that's what spurred the motivation
not
to
many
start.
things have
Like,
changed, sadly. Like lots of people have thought, but not many people have acted. Like the only people who acted were the bidbot owners who wanted to make more and more profit. And they had competition to do that, while the other good people who reacted and noticed that was bad and an exploit, we had like no monetary incentive to do anything. So that's why the big bots are still here. But I guess the mentalities are changing after time. So we will see what happens. Steam is like, it's a community thing, like it's smart. It's a lot of humans who communicate, so it evolves like smartly.
Just takes time. No, totally.
Just takes
totally
time.
Agree. Yeah, but I think this gives a really good idea of a lot of the changes that are coming out. So
yeah, everything was rebuilt basically. The notifications are also new, and the trending and the odd, the new, the feed, all these content discovery things are like basically new also. Like well, they work the same way as Steam, but they use the DTube blockchain. That's why you see the DTCs here.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so there's lots. There's definitely a lot in here to unpack.
Yeah, it's going to be big updates. We will see what happens, man. But I'm very excited because I think people will love it, especially on Steam. When they see we are not leaving, when they see we're adding more value, and they see that we're doing more stuff, and now they can put YouTube videos like more easily on the blockchain. I think people will be happy. We will see what happens.
Yeah, no, I definitely think, as like a creator myself, this is going to be really big, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be really excited to see all these different changes.
There's one other thing maybe like we didn't talk about, which isn't really available here. It's the onboarding for the new chain. Like DTube chain will be much easier to make an account on. The price of the account is like variable depending on how long the username is, and basically if you take a long enough username, your username is going to be free. So people will be able to, like, on Steam, people need to claim accounts with RC, or they need to burn a bit of Steam to get a username. Or that's only going to be the case if you want a short username on DTube chain. So it's going to be really easy for anyone to like make accounts for people. It's going to be as easy as Bitcoin to make an account.
Okay.
while on Steam it's very slow and there's a lot of friction to get people to register. So basically the idea of this update is to make everything easier, more simple for the monkeys to use DTube, basically.
Yeah, so someone who has a Steam account, as we saw earlier when I claimed, it's pretty easy for them to claim an account. Yeah. If you don't already have a Steam account, you can is it still pretty?
It's going to be reserved. It's going to be reserved for 1 month to Steemians. Basically, only Steemians will be able to get in this thing for the first month. And then it's going to open. And we do that because we don't want people to steal your username. Because you've been a DTube user, right? You're entitled to claim your username on the DTube chain. So even if you have a super short username on Steemit, your username is going to be free, right? So that's pretty nice of us, I guess. But you have 1 month to do that. After that, the onboarding, the account creation on the new blockchain will become active. So anyone will be able to take your username. And well, that's the way it's going to work. But right now, the registration will be closed. It will be only Steem. To get in this for the testnet, it will be only a Steem account. That's the only way you'll be able to get through.
Will there still be the option for people who don't have a Steem account, but they want to create a Steem account with their DTube account? I believe that was possible before. Will that still be a possibility for people who want to have both of the accounts, but they're starting on DTube? Or would it just be creating DTube and then Steem would be a secondary thing if they wanted to do that?
Well, we can claim accounts with DTube. We can register people on Steem, but maybe not as fast as what we'd want. It's very expensive to register accounts. Like doing it one way, we can do it for free. It's really easy because there's no account on our blockchain yet. But the other way, it's maybe more complicated because if you take a username that's already taken on Steem, then we cannot really take it on Steem for you, right? No matter what. So maybe it would be possible in the future to do that. Like people who come through DTube, if they gather enough DTCs, they would pay a bit of DTCs and we could make their Steem account from that or something. I guess that's possible. But yeah, the idea is to combine blockchains, you know. Let's say in 2 years, there's another social blockchain that it's the block that everybody loves, which has great economics or whatever. Then we're going to add it to this side menu here. And we're going to allow our users to use this new fancy blockchain.
Okay.
That's the concept we're going for, basically.
Yeah, I think that's really important to really push for collaboration between different blockchains. And you guys really seem to be leading the way for multiple blockchains and, you know, multiple sourcing of different videos and stuff. I think you guys will really be leading the way for other social blockchain integrated platforms to follow suit.
I hope so, really. Like, we will see what happens. Like, we have a bunch of plans that we will announce on our blog, like, really soon when this update goes out. So we will see what happens to DTube and to this industry. It's really weird right now. There's a lot of projects, as we've talked a bit earlier. It's like, there's so many projects, like, doing so many different things. We don't really know where it's going. I just have my vision for DTube personally, so I just want to go through with it, even if it takes time, even if we are like not many staff or at least not many developers. So, I'm just pushing through. Like, I want everything to be on DTube, like even if it's a YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook video. And if there's like lots of cool blockchains, then I'm gonna implement them as well. And for my users, it should be easy. Like for you, it should be really easy. Maybe once you need to set up a blockchain account. That's gonna be maybe slightly hard once, but it should be hard only once, right? The daily process of using the website and all that should be really smooth. We had so many issues in the past, so I guess we learned from that. These days, it's a bit better. I believe we don't have as many like upload issues or whatever. So we should continue doing that, right? And make sure that all this shit works fine.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. Like, I'm really a bit stressed because it's a lot of work that we publish in one go. Usually we used to do like shorter time frames for updates, but this one like required obviously more work. We will see. Like next year, maybe DTC is worth a lot, and we can distribute millions of dollars every day or something like that on DTube. That's what we go for.
Yeah, fair enough. I definitely think that your stress will pay off because these updates look really, really awesome. And I'm sure everyone's going to really, really appreciate it a lot. And yeah, I'm sure it's going to be taken really, really well.
Okay, well, thanks for the support, man, and thanks for trying out.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So before we go, if you want to just share with everyone, where can they go to learn more about DTube, and just any social platforms to follow you on or DTube on, if you just want to share that now, and then I'll throw it up on the bottom.
Well, the best place to follow me is Steemit. Steemit slash at Ninja. For DTube, it's also like the DTube blog on Steemit, but we also have a Discord, and basically that's the best places to reach us. And yeah, we don't have many social. We have a lot of social links, but I never remember. We have a Telegram, we have a Twitter. I don't use myself all these platforms. I don't see the purpose in them. We're trying to compete with them, so
yeah, fair enough. But we got to get on there and get those people to come over to DTube, right?
Yeah, exactly. But just say DTube, use YouTube as a video hoster, right? And you put DTube in the title, you put DTube in your thumbnail, you say DTube instead of YouTube. And then soon enough, on YouTube, everybody will be using DTube, we merge things together. It's not about maybe destroying, it's about cooperating. And I think you're right. Right now, we've been too autistic in our approach. That's also why we have a Twitter account now.
Fair enough. Yeah, and anyone watching,
go on the Twitter. I think the rest of the staff would be really happy if we got more followers on the Twitter. I will give the link actually. I don't even know what's the link to the Twitter. I think it's twitter.com/DTube official, something like that.
Yeah, I'll make sure to include everything in as well as in the description. But yeah, if anyone's watching this, no matter what social platform you decide to share it on, make sure I'll put all the tags up. Make sure to share on Twitter, on all these different platforms. Share this so that people on there can learn more about DTube, and so that they can come check it out, because there's so many solutions and benefits to switching over and to just using this alongside what you're currently doing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, I got that. Yeah, so DTube_official is their Twitter handle. But I'll include all of that, and you'll see it on the screen and everything as well as in the description. So yeah, is there anything else you'd like to add before we end this?
Not really, man. I think we went around everything. Just cross the fingers for us, I guess, for DTube, for this update. Make sure things don't break, but I don't need to spend nights to fix the blockchain if it breaks. Let's just hope that this testnet runs smooth, that we can go to the real mainnet as fast as possible. And yeah, just fingers crossed, I guess. That's all I can say. Wish us luck, I guess.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so guys, wish them good luck with this launch or this update. And yeah, make sure to share this with everyone you know and anyone who could benefit from this. And again, thank you so much for being on here. I'm sure this is going to be really helpful for Steemians and just everyone else in the blockchain, into blockchain, and even those who aren't super aware of it and might want to learn more about the benefits of checking out DTube and blockchain technology for video hosting. So again, thank you so much for being on.
And if you want to try the new DTube, feel free. Anyone can try to go on it. And if you have issues, just go on our Discord. We have a channel called new.d.tube, and feel free to post your remark or feedback there about the upcoming update. If your audience wants to check it out, they can. It's available right now to almost everyone.
Awesome. Yeah, guys. So yeah, go check out the beta. I guess beta, more or less.
It's going to come out more or less in a week. I know I keep saying that to everyone for more than a month already, but it's yeah, I think it's very close to release. As you've seen, it seems mostly everything is working. I just want to adjust I have one or two more things on my piece of paper here, but that's it.
Fair enough. Yep. All right. Well, again, thank you so much for this. I'm sure there's a lot that people can benefit from checking this out, and I'll have all the links and everything in the description. Thank you again, everyone. Go and check out, like and subscribe. Check out DTube. I'm Scott Cunningham, aka Scott C Business, and this is Adrien / Hyman Danger. So make sure you follow him and DTube as well.